The fact is, a person who is older than you, it takes a lot for them to see value. What I've learned, it's beyond the paper. Like, people don't care.
Yeah.
People don't care that you are from a posh university. What can you bring to the table?
Now you're able to know how the game is played. Know when to kiss us, know when to drop boundaries, know when to speak out for yourself, and know how to play the game. You're the person doing the most, but you're so exhausted and paid less. Okay. You are the person who doesn't have a life outside your 9 to 5. Hi, besties. Welcome to Ella Talks podcast, our very first episode on personal audit. I am Ella to see me together with
Paula.
And at Ella Talks podcast, Paula, what do we do?
We hold your hand as you navigate your career journey,
Mm-hmm.
be it finance, be it promotion, and be it being a buddy.
Do you mean a corporate buddy with the money?
Yes, in this economy, we definitely need.
Yeah, we really need the monies. We need the monies.
So Ella, 2026, everyone, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
So what's your mantra for this new year?
My mantra for this new year is everything works out for my good.
What do the Gen Z say? Clock it.
Clock it.
I can't wait to see TikTok's mantra this year. Last time it was demure. Last year, but one, it was demure, then clock it.
Yes.
I can't wait to see
What's
this year.
it?
What are we going
Yeah.
to say repeatedly every single time?
Yeah, hopefully it makes sense for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what's a corporate buddy to you?
Corporate buddy? No. What's a corporate buddy to you?
I think I am a corporate buddy only on Monday. Then from Tuesday to Friday, I just want the day to end and I go to my bed. A corporate buddy, I believe, is a girl who is banging her, her 9 to 5
Mm-hmm.
with the outfits, with the car. I don't know about anyone's car here, but
if you can't drive like me, you Uber it.
please, vision board, please put a permit on your vision board. Or a car. German, ML, I don't know.
Girl, big
We
dream.
can dream. We can dream. So Ella, let's digress to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
I think our viewers really need to know who Ella is. I think you should start. Who is Ella?
Or so before we get into the personal audits, LR,
That is too long.
but I'll try to summarize it. So I'm going to break it into two, academic and then professional-wise.
Okay.
So academic-wise, I went to Trinity College Nabingo for high school, 6 years in a girls' school. And then for campus, I went to Uganda Christian University, Mokono, where I graduated with a bachelor's degree in law, second class upper as the top fifth student.
Interesting.
It's the whole class.
Party with my whole campus. But go on.
Yeah. And while at campus, I took on various courses. You know how our semester was always a 4 months break. So within the 4 months break, I took a certificate in human rights and the environment by UNITA, and then also attended the International Anti-Corruption Winter School by the International Anti-Corruption Academy, together with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. So after that, I did LDC at Mbarara campus. And after LDC, I was like, I think I can still do some reading, some studying. I enrolled for the course in, Advocacy for Reproductive Justice in Africa? That was for Afaya na Haki. And then my latest that I'm currently doing is our course in project management at the University of California.
Wow.
That is my academic background. And for the professional background, I'm a lawyer at Kalibala Return Company Advocate, specializing in intellectual property law. So I work with musicians, creatives, TikTokers.
Okay.
Yeah, musicians, companies. So I do more of developing intellectual property from scratch. As you can see, Ella Talks podcast. Do the registration and all that. And apart from the whole lawyering part, I own a restaurant.
Wow.
At Ella Talks. I started it way back at campus. So I would do studying while, running the restaurant. Yeah, it's called at Ella Talks. at Ella's cabin. Yes. Imagine having old stuff like with your name to it.
You're branding yourself. Proud of you.
Branding. Thank you, darling. And I founded an organization. I think I founded it way back in 2018. It's called Inspirational Youth Uganda Initiative. We do more of advancing SDG 4. And I have a very amazing team of 7 people. We've done great work. And I co-founded an international organization with my colleagues from India, from Ethiopia, Nigeria, Nicaragua. We over now have 800 plus members. So we're working to advancing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So if you need to network with people outside of your country, I think that's the platform you need to join. And want to say I'm a global leader, since I do more of advancing for Sustainable Development Goals. And I'm currently the global ambassador representing Uganda at the Youth Center for Dialogue and Peace in Geneva. Have you heard about it? Oh my goodness. You need to do so.
I need to research. My boss always says research every single thing.
Yeah, research. Because I'm together with the global ambassadors from all over the country in advancing peace, or having dialogues that actually matter in places that actually matter. You can have dialogues, but not in the right places and with the right people. So that actually does matter. Then the other part, apart from the, professional wise, a UN Millennium Fellow that is run by the Millennium Campus Network together with the United Nations Academic Impact. And I'm currently a B Visionaries, a program run by the B Visionaries.
I saw that on your
Instagram fellowship. Yes, actually cohort 4 is running. I think the deadline is around like 25th of Jan. And that means, if you're very passionate about environmental sustainability activities, I think that is something you can go for.
So all I'm hearing is you're taking your dreams to an international level.
Yes, I refuse to be a local person. I refuse to be small. I refuse to be put in a jar. If I would go to Mars, I would.
You would?
I would.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would.
I hope a lady out there or a gentleman out there looks at you as inspiration to, keep going towards their dreams and never to give up.
Yeah, never give up.
Because I don't know, people are saying 2026 is going to be different. So
I felt it. I felt it.
Was last year? How was last year for you? Last year?
Beautiful.
Really?
Like God's grace took me through. Like I sat back, I was like, I would have died. But God got me through. Do you get it?
My 2025 was the ghetto. Pits, but we are here. We are grateful.
That is why we need a personal audit.
Okay, so today's topic, Ella, what is today's topic about?
Today's topic is about personal audit, and we're looking at the good girl or the good person at offices. You are the person that you run to, the people that run to you. You're the person who does the tasks that are beyond what you're supposed to do. You're the person doing the most, but you're never getting the promotions. You're the person doing the most, but you're so exhausted and paid less.
Okay.
You are the person who doesn't have a life outside your 9 to 5.
What's life after 9 to 5?
Life after 9 to 5. I think.
What's your after 9 to 5 like?
So I have hobbies.
Okay.
I'm currently learning Espanol. Hola, mi amigo. I have a friend of mine from Spain, so he's willing to take me through Espanol. So that's what I do. And I also decided to learn about countries and the culture, the things that are unique to them, so that I'm able to hold basic conversations with people and then read and eat. That is my night.
So the girls who, in simpler terms, kiss us. I don't know if people call it that, but I think that's what people call it. Kiss us, your boss. You kiss us, everyone. Can I cut dark? Guys, okay, so what's your take on it? Because I think in my experience so far, I had this mindset of I'm not going to kiss as anyone. My work will speak for itself. And because I didn't know how to kiss ass, I actually lost my job. Because at the end of the day, kiss assing is just a negative term for office politics. Like, people should learn office politics. People shouldn't really be so biased about office politics. I think it's good one way. It depends on the environment, because there are people who, steal your files, do the evil stuff as a persona of office politics. And then there are people who just want to get to know their bosses, walk into their footsteps. I think that's a good type of office politics.
I think it does depend. And what you need to understand in office politics is that you need to be a very good player. Look at your office as a chess game.
Yeah.
Right? First of all, as a chess person, you need to be disciplined. That's number one. Number two, you have to be ethical. Do you get it? So once you have those characteristics, now you're able to know how the game is played. Know when to kiss us, know when to drop boundaries, know when to speak out for yourself, and know how to play the game. Don't let the game play you. Now, for instance, how you said you aren't able to kiss us and you lost a job. Probably you didn't know how to navigate the game at the spaces you are in.
Like, the place was survival for the fittest. And we have to actually acknowledge the fact that some workplaces are like that. It's survival for the fittest. You have to learn the game. So me, I was very bent on my work will speak for itself. I'll have the deliverables. I'll, do the work. And I feel like in the long run, if people don't know you, because I read an article in Harvard Business Review that says you want work to speak for itself, but your work doesn't speak. It's you who speaks. So if you don't communicate with people, if you don't have a relationship with your coworkers, these people who come into office and just say good morning, and that's all. From 9 to 5, the other one is bye. They will never say, have you eaten? How was the weekend? And I feel like even though you don't want to know, ask. People light.
I feel like it's all about, now with what you stated, with work speaking for yourself, I always tell people competence is not equivalent to visibility. You can be competent, do all your works. Like, let me tell you, actually, most jobs these days require having, people that actually deliver. Yeah. Like, you'll be the person on the team that delivers, but never gets the promotions. Do you get it? So, like, one would be like, oh, I love having Paula around because she gets the work done. Would you want to be such a kind of person? No, they call meetings. And they're like, are any contributions? Do you have anything to say? And you're like, no, I'll say it later. Or I know that Paula is, she has that confidence. And I'm like, oh, so Paula, this is my point or the impact that I would like to see in the organization. Can you say it for me?
Well, the people steal ideas from you.
And then Paula would say, so that thing I would like to see implemented in the organization is management of time and how we implement projects. And everyone will clap for Paula. Well done, well done.
Don't you?
The other. Do you get it? So how will people realize the work that you're doing, the impact that you're causing to your workplaces, for them to be able to actually recognize? Like I said, competence does not equivalent to visibility.
Yeah.
Those two have to work together. Let me be competent. Let me speak up for myself. Even in reports, I've realized you have to find a proper way or time. You need to read the mood when you're able to say, okay, guys, this is what I have contributed to the firm. This is the projects that I've done. And as such, I deserve a raise. And as such, this is, you speak out for yourself, give points. I had a meeting with my best friend last year. We always have these end of year meetings to audit ourselves, personalize our friendship, literally life. And she told me one thing. She's like, Ella, I don't want you to be in your workspace and you've not brought any impact. If let it be as small as we've changed office hour meetings.
Yeah.
Or we're sitting like this, next meeting, this is how we're going to say. Let the impact be as small but visible. How will people know you that, Paula is a great speaker when Paula keeps quiet.
Okay, let me ask a question. First of all, our viewers, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even 60s. Yeah, that's our audience.
Yes.
So, a lady out there, a gentleman, 20s, trying to figure it out. They've just finished graduation. How are they going to speak up for themselves? Because I feel like when I was just starting out, I was very shy. Like, I wanted to know the office politics. Because me, I have this thing, learn everyone's character. I don't know if that's office politics.
Yeah,
but I want to know, are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Because there are people who are always annoyed in the morning. I don't know what has happened. So I want to always know, so for someone who's maybe 25, 26, they've just started working out, how are they going to stand up for themselves? Let's say your boss is 50. The fact is, a person who is older than you, it takes a lot for them to see value in you. It's not about your papers. It's not about that you have gone to maybe university abroad or Uganda, or let it be Makerere, let it be Uganda Christian University, whichever type of university. It's what I've learned. It's beyond the paper. People don't care.
Yeah.
People don't care that you are from a posh university. What can you bring to the table? But it also takes a while for that person to actually, want to know. Most people just want the work done. Some bosses don't even know their workers' names.
That's why I tell you strategic positioning. Paula, one thing I learned is that I'll never be in a place and you don't know my name.
Do you greet everyone in the morning?
No, not everyone. But what I've done is that, for instance, where I work is if I sit in a room, and by the time I enter office, even the receptionist, whether I'm in a good mood, because I feel like the way you set the vibe of your day is how your day will go on.
Yeah.
It's even though you slept angry, like you came and you had an accident or something happened. So I already say, "Hi dear, how are you doing?" And from my desk, I compose myself. Obviously, we have this culture of you have to have early morning meetings.
Okay, every day?
No, it's every Monday. Every Monday. So it's like this guy. So I'd be like, "Hello, how are you?" You try to create, that's what I'm saying. You study your people, and then does this person like banter?
Yeah.
What does this person have to? So if your boss is around 50s, you have to first learn your boss. What are his or her mannerisms?
Yeah.
How can I be noticed by this person? Does it mean, do I have to do things a certain way? Do I have to behave a certain way? Do I have to move a certain way? There's always a cheat code to everything. I can say to her
a certain way. Some people are so shabby in office. Guys, I'm not a stylist, but some of you are very shabby.
And
also, I feel like because of woman emancipation and the whole sexual harassment policies at work, women, why are you dressing anyhow? Because the thing is, you're never going to control what someone thinks about you.
Exactly.
So your image is what is supposed to speak for itself. So if you wear a very short skirt, and then you remove 2 buttons, see the girls, you're showing the thighs. I don't think anyone can actually take it seriously, in my view, because I work in a very male-dominated environment. So if you are serious, or how you look, it's going to impact how people see you. Because we have seen meetings whereby you're speaking, but someone is at churches. They're looking at you. They're looking, exactly. So if you dress the part, if you want to be a CEO, if you want to be on the board, if you want to get a promotion, dress the part. And you don't have to actually wear very expensive clothes. The beauty about Uganda is you can get cheap clothes,
but
beautiful. You get it and you dress decently. So that if your boss takes you for a high-stake meeting, they ask, who are you? They never ask, who are you, if you don't look the part, by the way. They have to ask, who are you? If you give an opinion in a meeting and they ask, oh, by the way, what's your name? Someone actually wants to know. But if you dress for...
These are some of the things I spoke about with my best friend.
Yeah.
On some things we're supposed to change.
Put some
this year.
Put some gloss. Wait, why are your lips ashy?
Okay, we get it.
Do you have
we
to
get
say
that?
No, but they're ashy. Smoke.
My take on dress code is that dress like the woman you want to become. That's it.
As a man, why aren't you Vaselining your face? You're using water and you're pale. You're walking into my office with files and you're pale. Vaseline, put some Vaseline on yourself.
It's like
Smell nice. People smell nice. January is very hot. Thank goodness we're in, elections. But some people, like some of our offices, don't have AC. Somebody's going to come in your office, no perfume, no deodorant, and you're smiling, but bro,
I think in your personal audit.
Your personal audit, please. Are you smelling nice? Are you smelling like you want a promotion?
I don't think also smelling.
Yes, stop smelling. Stop smelling.
You want to mislead people to perfume?
Please.
Oh, Chanel number 5.
Not something very strong.
Give me the promotion.
Okay, deodorant. Those things.
Okay,
That parents say that you have a natural smell. They're lying. Wear deodorant. Go to the supermarket and buy deodorant. Lemon? No. Buy deodorant. Wear deodorant.
So you need to work on your personal hygiene first. Then look at the way you dress.
Yeah.
As we've told you, dress like the person you want to become. Actually, I always tell the people, dress for the function. If it is office, dress office. If it's a party, dress party. If it's a picnic, dress picnic. Let me not see you in a suit at the beach or a beach outfit at office. So you must know when to dress the part, how to dress the part, and what you need to include in dressing the part. So I think these are small things that lead
Popular
to...
opinion, people should stop wearing flats in office. Stop wearing for us your flats in office. I understand the thing of heels. Heels, you can put the flats, it's cool. I understand that heels are very uncomfortable when worn for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But why are you walking into my office and you're wearing flats? Why am I seeing your toes and on a flat surface?
I think you could, if you don't wear like heels, like 4 inches like I do, they are kitten heels. And I feel like office shoes, why would you wear tiptoe? Are they called tiptoe open? Like where your toes are showing?
For me, if it's a heel, okay, depends. It really depends. My issue is crafts. Okay,
Crocs.
There's Crocs. Did you know there's Crocs that are like open shoes?
No.
I've never posted them on my social media. I have a pair. I'm very comfortable. But why are you wearing them in the office?
People wear Crocs in...
yeah, there are these Crocs that are like flat shoes. You know them?
No.
They are crafts. There's the open... They're called sandals. Whatever fancy name the commercial market is making it look like. They are flat shoes. Stop wearing them. And I think in some places, the way you dress on Friday is also a bit subjective. Because some people are like, okay, Friday you're wearing jeans. It's okay to wear a jean.
Yeah.
But how are you wearing those jeans? Are they damaged? It's not your father's office, even though it was. Please, you get even though it's damaged, why are you having maybe a transparent top and you're showing, the girls? Then they come and approach you and say hi. You be like,
hi, Paula. They're like, hi, have you seen me?
Have you seen the girls?
Okay.
Have you seen the girls? They're there looking at you. But me, I know my rights. I know sexual harassment. Don't look at me. But you're wearing a transparent top. Make it make sense.
I think part of the things we need to do this year is learning how to dress for the different occasions and at offices and how to actually navigate the different structures.
Do you wear jeans at work?
I do, but on Fridays, I don't wear tight jeans. I wear, are they called boyfriend jeans? I wear, they tend to be very comfortable. Boyfriend jeans
because I'm always in the field, I'm always moving. But yesterday, when was it, Monday? I wore jeans, guys. The year has started, but the internet is not on. I'm not really working like that. It's the beginning of a year, but I had to put a blazer to look a bit.
You try to balance it out. So if it is jeans, it's either a blazer and a top that it's, trying to, it's casual smart, but not too casual for office.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I wanted us to talk about in personal audit is how long are you actually working? Are you giving yourself the breaks that you actually deserve? Do you get a time to tell your boss, okay, I have, not literally your boss, but the person, your immediate supervisor, you're given tasks for the day, or let's say you have different tasks and you're like, okay, today I'm going to handle like 5 tasks. But because you want to be the good girl or the good person in office, even when you're tired, you decide to take on the tasks.
Have you ever been a good girl in office?
A good girl?
What's one thing that you've done that you remember you're like, oh my God, I'm cringing, like, can't believe I did that.
You see all these things I'm talking about, I have done. Paula, I have done tasks that are not within my job description. Number 1. Number 2, I didn't even learn how to, draw boundaries. I would, in case, let's say a boss came up to me and is like, Ella, I want you to do this work. I would immediately say yes. I had a no. I didn't have a no on my tongue. Like a no was never there. And I would be taken to be that person who does the job. Like, you want your job to be done? Approach Ella. Ella will do it for you. So I found that I'm very exhausted mentally. Second, I'm doing so much work that is not even causing any improvement on my life personally. Like, let's say, apart from personal growth, let's look at professional growth. That was not within my line. So I was like, okay, what can I do? What can I do different? So apart from the different fellowships that I signed up for and sat down and actually had this one-on-one with myself, I don't deserve this. So, and I'm so glad that at the place I interned at, we had a saying, oh my God, I can't believe I've forgotten it. But if you had more work and someone brought work to you, there's a time we would tell them that I don't think it's social battery or something. We'll tell them like, my table is full, but okay, we used a different word. Like, my table is full, I can't handle that, but like I would give it another date or would ask whether it's needed. But there is always a better way. Like, I learned to say no from where I clerked from. And I'm grateful that they exposed me to such. It's a very big law firm, and I was exposed to, okay, you can always say no where you can't, and you can always give a practical deadline to when you can actually finish the task. If you're given the task and you don't understand, you can always reach out to your bosses and you're like, okay, I've not understood this, or how do you want me to navigate this? Sometimes you don't know it all. Do you get it? It's always good to ask for help. Even though it's the first time, that some people say, that chick looks mean, I don't think I can ask her. Bolden up, hold your 2 hands plus your 2 feet. Go. I don't think you lose anything by asking for help, by asking for how things need to be done. So that way you can actually save time and also do tasks that are actually adding onto your professional growth. And also, you're not strained mentally and physically. You know how people, last time I had posted a video on my TikTok and we're talking about a young lawyer's life in different law firms. And someone sent a message like, these people overwork us, we are not given transport, it rains, we're doing so much, we're not paid. And I'm like, hello, what are you using your free will for?
I think it depends on what family you're from, because they're like people who after campus, that's it. Like, your parents aren't going to give you any more money.
No, that
I
I
don't
get
even
it.
have parents, So it's like, I have to make it, and it's like really, really hard. So society has made it seem like to achieve, you have to go through the pits. And I understand that. But I feel like young lawyers now, they take in so much exploitation. It's ridiculous. And me, I always wonder, the people who are giving you that work, bring back shame. Guys, bring back shame. I do not understand why you're calling someone at midnight, at 1, demanding for work. You get it? Just because for you are working does not mean a child, because you're a child. You're like 25. You have just started seeing life. Why is your boss calling you at midnight? You're on your laptop. Your back is breaking. You are filing, what do they call them? Pleadings. Me, I don't practice. I don't know. They're called pleadings. Those files people write, this versus this, high court.
Yes, please.
And you start hating your job. Me, I love going to work on Monday. Guys, me, I love my job. And I'm so grateful that I have gotten a job that I love. I want to go and work
Because
because
you wake up every Monday.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
but
it.
back then I used to hate my job. Like I used to have a job that I would dread because I know I'm going to come. Some workmate has probably, I don't know, taken my coffee or touched my cup, you get, or something, or like maybe there's so much work on my desk that I didn't leave on Friday, or there's some miscommunication at work, or maybe they're telling me to print things. I hate printing. I am analog, guys. I don't know how to use that printer. Why are you making me print 100 copies?
Paula, in 2026, learn how to use a printer. Seek for help, guys. Basic work.
Anyway, my whole point is because of certain experiences people go through, be it family, be it finances, they see they have to work dependent on any situation because they're like, if I leave this job, where am I going to go?
Okay, but Paula, you are at the job that is not paying. That's
like
different.
the interns.
Yes. No, leave the interns alone. Because
the volunteers.
Volunteering. Put volunteering alone because that's, Paula, I always tell people that certain experiences or experience that you get that money can't give you.
So you want them to work for free?
No, I'm not telling them to work for free. But if you're at a place and you see that even though they paid me, let's say 500,000, 500,000 would not have brought me that opportunity.
What was your first salary?
Oh my goodness. What was
your first salary?
As a clerkship student?
No, like money you have worked for.
Oh, my first salary.
But put aside your business.
Okay, yes.
Career-wise.
Career-wise, my very first deal that I hit as an intellectual property lawyer was 5 million.
Can't relate.
That was the very first, before like you get now, you stabilize. Do you get it?
No, I mean salary, NSSF.
Tax pay. Yeah. Oh my God. Do you want to know you? I can't say this. This is confidential information.
Because you're still
But I'm comfortable. Very comfortable.
Oh, like the place you started at in your salary is the place you are still at?
Actually, how I got to this place was through networking, back to auditing yourself. So I was like, okay, what kind of people do I have in my circle? So I attended a conference in Rwanda.
Yeah.
It was an All Africa IP Intellectual Property Conference where we have intellectual property experts from all over Africa, and we had WIPO experts, the European Union people on board.
Yeah.
And I was chosen to speak on a panel. So after speaking, we were having these interactions, and the person's like, "Oh my God, you're from Uganda?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm from Uganda." But he's like, "Oh my God, I opened up a law firm. I've been working for government, but then I have a farm." And when I came back to Uganda and we were chatting, it's like, "Oh yes, you can join me." So I got my very first actual job through a networking event.
That landed you the 5 million.
The 5 million was before. I was working alone.
I'm saying this one you go to work 9 to 5.
9 to 5. That got me comfortable money.
Comfortable money.
It's comfortable. Hush, comfortable money.
I'm very fine saying my first salary because I'm not there anymore. I don't care. But I think my first salary was 500,000.
500,000.
And I drive. I'm just a girl. I do my hair. I do my nails. And when I got that salary, I saw payee. I saw NSSF. I actually remember breaking down because I was like, how can I make this little money? And I wake up 9 to 5. I'm drafting. My back is breaking. You get? So I think that was like a realization for me when it came, and I was cornered because like that was the only job I had. That was like the only source of income I have. And I was had just finished LDC. I had finished my clerkship. And I was like, okay, now because people have made it societal, like never leave a job but you don't have another one.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, now I don't have another job to go to, but I'm making peanuts. Peanuts of money. And I had already started my master's degree. And I'm like, guys, I am actually very qualified. This is not the salary I'm supposed to have. But I stayed because like I didn't have anything else to do. But I kept praying that, okay, God, please take away this job. Because I didn't have that courage to like leave. did it.
Yeah, I get it. And I think before I actually got my actual job, I was freelancing. I didn't have like a place. Like when I tell you the 5 million, I got my first deal.
Yeah.
I was freelancing. So after LDC, I took that whole time to like rest, and I'm like, I worked more with my organization, having to do outreaches, charity stuff, but on an actual practicing intellectual property law, that was freelancing. So people would meet me. Let's say I've gone, for instance, for that UNDP Creative Day that we had, were invited to. And people seeing, because I posted my work on social media, I got my very first 2 clients from Instagram, guys.
That's so cool.
Yeah, from Instagram, because I was posting my passion, my work. You guys, I'm doing intellectual property law. Creatives, why do you publish your work without protection? Like I was saying all that banter on protection, and people reached out to me and they're like, hey, would like to, have these ideas, we need patents, we need trademarks, we need that. That's how I was able to do, because I didn't sit home like lousy and I'm like, let me sit back and wait on God's glory. Even God helps those who help themselves, girl. So I was freelancing, I was positioning myself. That's why it goes back to your job. How will they know you are doing something impactful? How are people able to see you and they're like, okay, Paula is good at this. She's going to be able to take on this position. Do you get it?
Okay, I have one last question for you.
Okay.
Do you think you should have social media like that? Do you get, like, I understand my question, because so many people now, for example, I'm so active on Instagram. And I feel like people make it an aesthetic part of social media. Like they don't really talk about what they are doing. They just post pictures. And also because they post pictures, they are scared of like, how is it going to look like if a coworker sees my page? How I don't want to look rich when I'm on a broke man's salary. Do you get? I don't want my coworkers to know that I have money like that. I don't want my coworkers to know that I'm flying or I'm driving or I have different things I'm doing. You know the dynamics at work. Okay? So do you think companies should encourage like their staff to always have like social media? Because I don't know, I'm a bit biased about LinkedIn because I feel like it's people are like robots. Hi, I achieved this.
LinkedIn once depressed me.
I achieved what? But they're all lying, fam.
Like was real to tell you that.
People are lying on LinkedIn. Like it's too much. Like who achieves that much in a year? Let's be realistic.
People are real. Paula, people are doing so much. There's a book that I'm reading. It's called Outliers by Malcolm. Behind his book, he's saying, why do you think other people are doing so much than you are doing? You feel like, because then you are doing a little.
There are people doing stuff, but like there's a way they like document it on LinkedIn that seems very.
You must sell yourself. Now back to answering your question. It depends what you want to use social media for. Certain companies have no social media policy, kind of like you can have your own social media, but don't put our business out on social media. Do you get
define business? Like, don't put where you work.
Like, where you work, for instance, we're having board meetings like, hi guys, a day in the life of an intellectual property lawyer. So this is where I sit. You need to understand your workplace.
Actually, someone on TikTok lost their job like that. They were documenting that days in their life.
So you need to understand your policies. So you find certain workplaces have a no tolerance policy. So you can do you. But it also depends what you need to use the social media for. I use my social media. If you look at my page, it's like strictly professional. If you look at my bio, I'm telling you I'm a UN SDG activist. I'm a global youth leader. I founded this, I've done that. And that helps you you could use it as a tool to speak out your works. How are people going to know you? Like a colleague of mine, I would want to say, she's called Victoria Nyanzi. And she talks about...
Love her.
Victoria. And she talks about personal branding and how to use these different platforms to brand yourself. So you could decide to have Instagram for your personal life, even when companies ask you for your social media, and you're more active on LinkedIn, you put
Do you put your social media?
My friend, I applied for an opportunity. They sent me 2 days ago. Are you being shortlisted? Social media. accounts. We've gone digital. They want to know what kind of person are we going to bring on board. So you could decide to know, my whole professional life or the life I want you guys to see. My worth, what I am doing is on LinkedIn. So you put in that. So choose what platform that works best for you for a certain purpose. So if you want to use, like you said, you're very into your own
Instagram, my bio is wine lover. Telling you,
you see,
health legalese. But like you see, because of my job, I'm not allowed to really talk about what I do in my career so much.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
So as we, wrapping this up, and we've talked so much, from what you need to do, competence, visibility, social media, everything. So these are the questions I actually wrote down that we need to go back and ask ourselves. That's why I called it a personal audit. Number one, when was the last time you disagreed openly at work? Number two, how often do you apologize when you actually not wrong? Number three, do you wait to be noticed or do you name your contributions? Number four, what tasks have you done that keep things running but do not move you forward? Like things are running but you're going nowhere in life. And the last question is, if I left tomorrow or if you left tomorrow, would you be remembered as a helpful or impactful person?
Wow.
Those are the 5 questions that you need to, ask yourselves. If you're able to answer in the affirmative, or if you find that you have flaws, this could help you to, build yourself better, see things that you need to work on, and become a better person in 2026.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for listening to us.
Yes.
Please don't forget to subscribe. Goodness, I didn't think I would ever say these things. Please follow us.
Follow us, guys.
On YouTube.
Ella Talks Podcast.
Yeah, and send us your corporate dilemmas, and we'll be willing to advise you and hold your hand and you navigate your career.
Yes. Bye-bye, besties. Bye-bye.